Hi guys, I'm Leo from the Package Hybrid, and today we're talking about the burpee broad jump. There are a few things to have in mind when it comes to the technique and to do it in an efficient way to get the most out of your race. So let's have a look. You're starting behind the starting lane, of course. You're not overstepping, and it's very important that for your first rep, you also place the hands behind the line. The movement actually consists of two parts. First, the burpee, and then the broad jump. So let's have a look on the burpee first. For your first rep, of course, you're starting behind the starting line. It's important that also your hands are behind the line. So don't overstep with your hands or your feet, otherwise you have to go back anyway. Hands behind the line, jump back, chest is touching the floor, very important. Then you're pushing up your upper body, jumping in front with your feet. Here also very important that your feet do not overreach your hands, so stay behind your hands when you're jumping in front. So actually I'm still here, standing up completely, and then the broad jump follows. For the broad jump, really important that you start with both feet and you're also landing with both feet. So that looks like the following. You're in that final position from your burpee, and then it's just a jump to the front with both feet. We're landing, and then the rep is complete. I will show you once in like full motion. So behind the line, jumping back, jumping up front, and burpee broad jump. This is, of course, the most efficient and fastest way to do the burpee. But it might be that you're already fairly exhausted because it's kind of in the middle of the race, and then maybe you need a less exhausting technique. Therefore, you can also step back and also step up for the burpee instead of jumping. That looks like the following. Hands on the floor, and then I'm stepping back, lying down, chest again touching the floor, and then of course I could jump up again, but I can also, when I'm lying here, step up as well. And from here, again, you're performing the broad jump. This always has to be a jump. It cannot be a step. It always needs to be a jumping movement. So now I will show you the burpee broad jump with the jumping option in full motion. I will show you jumping back and stepping up because that's the technique that we would recommend. Of course, if you need to step back as well, it's totally fine. But jumping back, stepping up is kind of the most efficient and like a mix between the jumping and full stepping version. Hands on the floor, jumping back, stepping up, and then broad jump. When you reach the final position after your broad jump, keep in mind that you are not allowed to step forward or something. You have to stay where you landed. And also for your next rep, don't try to reach too far in front of you because that's not allowed. Place your hands close to your feet and perform the next rep. One last tip when it comes to the broad jump. Really use your arms because they will naturally help you to get further. It looks like the following. You're in that final burpee position and then really use your arms to get as far as possible. The further you get, the fewer reps you have to perform over the 80-meter distance. But keep in mind, when you're already fairly exhausted, rather do shorter jumps because they can also take a lot of energy from you. Find that like sweet spot in distance that works for you so you can keep a constant motion throughout the whole distance. That's the burpee broad jump. Good luck in your next race.